Hey there, everybody. Sorry for the for the delay. Yeah, my computer's been broken today. Yeah, combine that with the fact that it was a double threat. There's tech problems and I was already 1 minute late. So like I got here like 31. Like okay, it's gonna take me 30 seconds to set up. Um, it did not. That is not what happened. Okay. All right. So we're loading that in. Yeah, today is probably going to be Habor stuff. Make a bridge. I I'm not making a bridge to the other map. We might. I do like bridges. I think those are fun. So Superhero Life 4 map, maybe we'll have like sort of the river cut into it a bit and add a bridge there. Um, but you know, for the most part, we're really we probably will not add a bridge unless we add some background city stuff, which we might. You know, I'm not against adding background city stuff for these things, but still, it's not the highest priority. Let's just put it that way. Um, got here 531. Yeah, no bridges. I guess there's a pier. That's kind of like a bridge, isn't it? You know, I think it's totally doable that maybe you could sabotage like a pier, like make it like sort of fall into the water or something. You know, like you destroy all the supports, like the Ferris wheel goes swimming. That could be fun. But that's very much hypothetical. Wouldn't this be fun kind of stuff? Um, but yeah, I need a break from the pier, so we're gonna do some of the we're gonna do this stuff instead. Also, um, I really don't like how everything here has become very non-uniform. Let's return to let's go back a step. Make everything it's 272. Is that divisible by 4? Is that so 135, which is not divisible by 2, so make it 272. Okay. Now we line things up again. 26, 32. Let's see. Hey, no worries about the English. I'm actually living in Brazil right now, so I get it. I I I'm learning Portuguese, kind of. It's not going well. Um, yeah, let's see. All right, no worries if you got to go at 8 Wolf. I appreciate you stopping by. Have I found out how to do the Ferris wheel? Well, the doing it isn't necessarily too complicated, I don't think. It's just kind of sitting back and deciding what um, sitting back and deciding what the best time is to do it. Like, should we do the Ferris wheel first and foremost? Because like, obviously, it'd be nice if there was like a single mesh I could just throw in for this. But it doesn't seem like I have that right now, and so I'm gonna have to build a custom one. And okay, so we're just gonna delete all of that nonsense. We're gonna focus on making this as not messy as we possibly can. And that just would require you know, that requires me going in and actually modifying it. So we're remaking the ground here. It's not going to be a huge delay by any means. It's just, you know, something that's got to be done if we want this to look correct. Okay, got that. Let's see. Hey, Racer, how's it going? Thank you for stopping by. He is a very high-level community member, and I believe an admin. And so, yeah, very helpful. Keeping the server fun for everyone. So huge respect to him. Let's see. No, I don't believe Racer Chaser helped with the map. You might be thinking of Riferian Crime. The all right, so we're just getting this lined up. Okay, so now we're going to make one for the road. If I remember correctly, don't roads have like a tag? Didn't I tag them? Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna add a tag here. So road, and then this one, which will have the same material. Okay, so road. Yeah, so we want to copy the tag over. In case anyone's wondering what I'm talking about, tagging is something you can do. So as you know, if you look in the Explorer on the side, you can see like a bunch of things that I've named and organized under the Explorer. That's a good way of organizing, but sometimes, you know, you kind of get stuck between a rock and a hard place where to put something. Like, should we group all the roads together, or should we group them, you know, as part of road segments? And so with tagging, you can actually get the best of both worlds and and actually do queries based on type. You know, like you could say like this is a road, and then you can just grab roads from any folder every instance very easily. But yeah, so. Let's see, questions. Oh, what's up, Bro Rubik's? I haven't heard that name in a long time, whatever the quote was. Yeah, no, Bro Rubik's, that has a fun little origin where, I don't know, like, if it would have been 2015 or something, I was saying, I was at the time considering being a pastor, and so for that I went to sort of like a pastor summer camp where other people who wanted to be pastors went there and like did some, you know, it was almost kind of like going to college for a pastor degree, except it was only for a summer and like just sort of like a taste of it, just to see if it was something that you really wanted. Yeah, the guys there were nice. I had a positive experience. It was just, you know, at the end of the day, I'm like too good at computer stuff to be a pastor, if that makes any sense. Like, like I'm an okay public speaker. I'm okay giving advice, but I used to be more spiritual. But yeah, I'm just pretty good at doing stuff on computers. It just seemed like, if you should specialize in something, you should specialize with your strengths. And being a pastor just really wasn't cut out for me. And I think that, well, anyway, so I got sidetracked. The reason I go by Bro Rubik's is because when I was 15 or 16, I learned how to do the Rubik's Cube, and I loved it. In fact, I still like it. I'm not as fast as I once was, but let's see. So let's just mix it up. I think I can do it in around a minute. I don't know. Please don't time me. I used to be much faster. I think my record was 30 seconds, which is about as fast as you can go with this particular algorithm. There are other algorithms that allow you to do it faster. But yeah, so for context, the reason it is not just Rubik's, but Bro Rubik's is because I was Lutheran at the time, and Lutherans are kind of similar to Catholics, but not Catholic. We don't call, like, the priest's father or anything. But there's a lot of similarities between them, and so as a result, me and all the other goofballs this is what happens when I tell a story at the same time as I'm doing it. I lose track of what I'm doing. So we would just call each other brother in kind of like an ironic way, because we were all there to be a pastor, but calling each other Pastor Blah just sounded kind of boring, and so we called each other brother this, brother that. At first it was just brother and then our names, but then as summer went on, we got nicknames, and I was Brother Rubik's. And so yeah, around that time I made this new account to see if I could make a game from anonymously and have it succeed. And my first game that I released was 2 minutes. Oh no, it's not 2 minutes. Okay. Now I'm gonna time it. Okay, I'm gonna do it quietly. Okay, but yeah, yeah. So first game that I released was Bro Rubik's. Was under Bro Rubik's, and it was Superhero Life. So in fact, if you look at Superhero Life 1, you'll see it says like Bro Rubik's Presents or something. Okay, so I'm going to make a stopwatch. I don't think I can share it very easily, but we're just going to time it, because I can't live with that 2 minute performance. I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to be focused. We're going to have 1 minute of silence. So that I can actually do it. Okay, does this look mixed up enough for everyone? Okay. All right, let's go. Top level down, 30 seconds. Whew, nervous. You can see my hands are shaking. Ah, dang it. 59. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, dang it. Because now I'm actually done. And it is 1 minute 7 seconds. All right, 1 minute 7 seconds. Getting slower. I'm getting older. All right, 1 minute 7 seconds. But yeah, not 2 minutes. Nobody remembered it's 2 minutes. 1 minute 7 seconds is what I did on stream. Used to be 30. I'm just feeble now. I'm smaller. Smaller brain, weaker. Let's see. But yeah. So thank y'all. Thank y'all for not immediately leaving the stream for that distraction. But yeah. So back to work though. Yeah. No. I appreciate that. Y'all. Thank you, Portal. I hope I can live up to your praise. Um, but yeah, what building are you working on next? Right now I'm working on the dock. So we are going to actually, it's going to be a few things. Responsibly, I should remove that little bit of terrain there. But I'm not the most responsible developer. Yeah, if you want to know what a responsible developer looks like, their code will be like increasingly boring to read. It'll be just a bunch of like assertions and promises and just checks for every single potential thing. Like the closer it looks to Rust code, usually the safer the developer is. Okay, so that looks about. Wait, let me actually wrap it in here because I probably will not be resizing. Where's that? Oh, it is. All right, so now we are going to. Okay. Line that up. Oh, actually, let's go a little bit farther this way. Okay. Okay. Are preferences going to be added? Yeah. Dang, yeah, no, the original Superhero Life, that came out a long time ago. That was almost a decade. Yeah, so yeah, the goal is this Superhero Life, this is Superhero Life 2 essentially. The goal is to recreate all that functionality in Superhero Life 2. So yeah. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to. Honestly, I might just do it like this. And now let's get this road here. All right, yeah. The plan is to we basically want to make these little areas for the crate. It's not the crates. What are they called? Containers. Yeah. So let's see, because we want to keep this side open for like that wheelchair accessibility. Okay, so let's just accept the all right, I'm going to stop and add this. Are we going to be doing? Let's see. Is school going to be bigger? Yes. If you look, here is the school. by the way, everything right here is very low detail. Like we are, like these are meant to be the very vanilla first versions of things. Um, and so like just to get a basic feel for the shape of the overall map, then we're going to go in and sort of sculpt out a higher quality one. So okay. Okay, so now I'm going to edit the pivot right here to be more centered better. Well, not centered. It'll be offset actually. Come on. Actually, no. This is how I get in trouble. I will, because that's how you end up getting all these weird angles. It's when you divide things in half because you can say, hey, I'm going to use a building precision of 1, but then you know you need something that like to have a thing in the middle, and then but because that thing is like 7 units long, all of a sudden the midpoint is actually 3.5 units. Um, so yeah, it becomes a headache pretty quickly. Okay, that looks nice. Look at that. That's nice. You can all agree that's nice? Cool. Um, okay, so we're gonna go all the way to here. And then let's line it back up. So let's see. There we go. Here's an example of that where I have to go to the 0.5 resolution to actually line this up, which is annoying. Because then it means I have to do 0.5 for this one, and 0.5 for this one, and next thing you know, everything's 0.5. And then, with a second go to 0.5, we're going to have to set the precision to 0.25, and it's just CJ Lore Season 2 release date announcement? No idea. We're writing it right now. We're working really hard on the CJ Lore. For now, y'all are just going to have to deal with all these prequels. Yeah, the... Okay. Can I, like, make this... Okay, that looks all right. How does that look over here? Still all right. Nice. And how does that look here? Okay. So now, that looks okay. Okay, we're just gonna have a little gap here. I don't know if there's a way to make that look nice. Okay, let's see. Can we at least line this part up? Yes. And then stretch it to here. Okay, so now we will dock right here. Headache. Let's rotate it. Okay, sorry. Let's see. The people are mean in roleplay. I'm sorry. Yeah, admittedly, I usually prefer to play. I usually prefer to play single player games. It's just, it's less, I guess, drama. There's when I'm relaxing, the last thing I want is for a person to, do something mean and ruin my day. But, I think that that's kind of just something I grew into. Not sure it's even a healthy thing. It's just, I like feeling comfortable with, how people. Okay. Well, okay. Let's line this part up. All right. We're gonna. Let's line this part up right here. Okay. That looks fine. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, roleplay mode definitely can use some patches. I believe him. I think that there's definitely a lot of exploiting going on. Like here's the horrible truth. As much as I am not good at what's the phrase? As much as I'm not good at preventing exploits, it is still my job. Even if there is someone exploiting the game in a way that makes it worse for other people, which is not an insignificant amount of the time, then that is something that I messed up on. Like that's something that I need to fix. So yeah, even if it was an exploiter, that's still technically kind of like a bug in the system. Like I can't just wipe my hands clean and say I didn't do it. I'm the guy who made the game. I need to. I can't just be like shrug like someone else will handle it. No, they will not. That's not how this works. You get all of the glory and all of the responsibility. That's how being a solo dev works. Love that all of the glory part. All the responsibility. That sucks. Ugh. Hate that part. Yeah, well, why can't I have just great power? But why do I need great responsibility? That seems so exhausting. Okay. Honestly, I'm not too familiar with exactly what Alan was doing with stuff. Superhero alias. Oh, it might have just been. I'm not sure if the default was supposed to be my name. That might have just been an accident. I haven't gone through my own onboarding experience too many times, or maybe I, just. Yeah, I don't know. That will probably not be the case in the remaster. Okay, so nice. We have the dock going well. Let me actually adjust the color of the ground slab. I feel like that's like a pretty boring color, if that makes any sense. Like we want to get something a little bit more. You know what? You know what time it is, everyone? It is time for the material manager. All right. Where'd they put it? I can't wait until they make it so you can like customize your ribbon a little bit more because I cannot find anything. I should just mod it. You know, I should make like a mod of a studio. The material manager. It's gonna be somewhere really stupid. Model. Got it. Yeah, the A person read my comment. Alan used to be lit. I'm sad Alan quit. Can you try to add a custom map creator for private service? I do want to do a custom map creator eventually. It's just that's a pretty big ask. Like that's a pretty big thing to do, and that will take some that's not something I can just do overnight. It'll probably be built off the same technology as the base creator. So y'all remember that I want to reuse that technology later, but that's just until then. What I'm really okay. Actually, this is something that I really like. I would love to use sort of the wave function collapse to get some really nice, easy to make maps. Like if you look it up, this isn't technically wave function collapse, but there's this game called Dwarf Romantic, which if y'all just look up the like if y'all just look up the game Dwarf Romantic, which I'll just type in the chat. The chat window code. Yeah, so that is a really fun little indie game. It's basically like what if City Skylines, but anyone can play it. So basically that I would love to have sort of like tiles or something that when you just join them together in any arbitrary order, they make something that looks kind of good. And I think that's what Dwarf Romantic does well. I don't know if I'd necessarily use a hex grid, but just something. I want to make it kind of easy like that. But yeah, these are your custom maps. Wait, so what's being added to the remake? New map, same. I'm basically just redoing everything at first. There's going to be more functionality on the map, and the map itself is new. Here's the translation so far. I think it looks all right. I think it looks pretty good. This very low fidelity right now. Like, I wouldn't say you shouldn't look at anything in this game as the final asset. Like nothing. Like everything will probably get messed with over time. Granted, I was supposed to replace the Superhero Life 3 buildings that I copied over, and that never happened. So, what do I know? All right. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna name this one container, and then we're gonna do a for IV and I pairs game get service collection service get tagged. Oh, I'm so used to having it autocomplete the tag. Sorry, I have a whole workflow set up. What is the Deadly Pineapple in Super Life 1, Super 2, and then Super Life 3 at Nightcycle? Why? Because Deadly Pineapple was just something I kind of made on a whim. It's not even a real company, it was just a Roblox group. Nightcycle is an actual like filed company. And so, you know, when it came time to actually make a real company, I was like, okay, do I really want to name it Deadly Pineapple? Is this what I want to have my brand forever? And I thought Nightcycle was just a better fit. There's a bit of a story behind it, and there's, I don't know, I think it fits my own vibe better. I guess maybe the only flaw of it is it might be too cool for me. I might not be cool enough for such a cool name. But I like it. I like it. And so yeah, that arguably both Nightcycle and Deadly Pineapple's games are just me for the most part. Like, well, kind of. Not motorcycle, bicycle. motorcycle, I would not survive very long. I've already triple fractured my skull from a bike wreck. That's not. I'm not gonna make it through a. I'm not gonna make it through a motorcycle. Might get a moped at some point. Everyone in Brazil seems to have one. But yeah, no, it helped me clear my head just going on late night bike rides. So I really liked that. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't want to necessarily destroy the original city because I want this to be viewed as the same city, but like at a higher resolution to an extent. Like, it's kind of like, you know how the map of the solar system updated over time, like as it was discovered. Like this is like this. Imagine this is like an archaeology thing where the what the original city looked like improved over time. Yeah. Hey there, Rife. How's it going? Yeah. So, fun fact, y'all. From HSV is a lot more fun to deal with when it comes to generating random colors. It's not perfect, but you know. Okay, so now we can generate some random colors. Woo! Coding! Okay, I think them being a little bit darker is better. Okay, we're just gonna have that command up. Slept all day? Yeah, exactly. Like exactly, Carl. Just like we're just getting a better understanding for you know, this city. Like we're like reconstructing it in a more accurate way. Um, Superhero Life 1 is still Google it, right? Superhero Life on Roblox, and it's for me it's the first result, but maybe it's just because it's like, oh, this guy, you know, made it. Of course, it's going to show up in a higher priority for me. But here is the link for Superhero Life for those who cannot find it. Yeah, no. As a rule of thumb, Googling a Roblox game is way better at actually finding that Roblox game. Yeah, I don't know what it is with Roblox's search algorithm. It's a little bit too much algorithm, you know? Like it'll just ignore when you type in specific things. Yeah. Smiting? Smiting? What are we talking about? Ryan, what topic have you just brought into this conversation? Yeah, I'm definitely in favor of adding a bunch of like role play stuff, and like I think, you know, it'd be nice if people would have like a D&D campaign in a Roblox or like superhero life game. You know, that'd be pretty nice, especially with voice chat. What do y'all think about voice chat? I like the idea. I don't know if I like the implementation currently. It feels very that's the thing. Like, I don't want it to become just like a VC nightmare, but like y'all know that a lot of people do they do like voice calls on Discord, like a group chat, and then like role play there. Like it, the thing for me is I just would want to make sure that You know, ideally it would be like a custom server option or something. Because I definitely agree that like it as the default game, because the majority of users are almost always going to be text-based. Like we have had the ability to make a phone call for decades, and yet a lot of people will still just text each other, you know? Like there's a benefit to texting. Texting came in some senses it like there was Morse code and then there were phones and then it became then texting came back. So in a sense, like texting was after the phone. Like people looked at talking to each other and just like, oh, this isn't it. This is bad. I don't like that. So yeah, the when they make piles of containers in ships in harbors. Yeah, okay, they do it 2 in a row. Gotcha. Okay, that's good. That makes sense. So that does mean that we have a pretty set metric for the distance between these. There we go. Okay. So now, hopefully, okay, so we have that 16, okay. I think 16 is a good size for this road because it's wider than a single lane road, but it also allows for you know, maximum space to be put for the containers, which I think would obviously be the goal of any dock, you know. Yeah, the yeah, let's see. Yeah, I would love if voice chat could be. I just feel like there needs to be more structure to it, you know? Like you should be able to just very easily. And also, I hate the icon that they have hovering over the character. I hate that. That looks ugly. Okay. All right, so we have a decision to make. How do we best handle having a lot of these? Like this is not, so we could either push the entire front area up, or actually, okay, so let's just start by making a container pile. Looks like a row of magnets. Okay, so dang it, I should have thought that, yeah, no, of course these would be actually a little bit, I should have measured that out beforehand. Okay, so goal here will be to find a way to fit all of these. Now, okay, in case anyone's wondering why they look that color. Okay, we're going to add a little bit more variety. Okay. Problem is that there's just so much green, you know? Like, that's so much of the HS V wheel, you know? Like, I need just a more complex, like I need a, what's that one that Google uses? I need to get, I wish that they had like some of the more modern methods that don't rely so heavily on green being in the palette. Yeah, no, yeah, we want these containers to be very much movable. So yeah, we're gonna make this a fun little area. Okay, so container pile. Okay, so let's. Okay, don't worry. We're gonna destructively remove some of the stuff on top at the end. We're just right now focusing on getting the max layout. Is 4 too high? Because like these roads are so narrow that you wouldn't actually be able to. Where'd the cranes go? Where did those go? Okay, so that train's right there. Goes that way, then they are probably over here. Where's the little baby cranes? Here we go. Okay, we're gonna have to do that thing that we did earlier with the surface appearance. And then we're going to go through and remove the texture ID, set it to metal, and that looks a little bit better. All right, so how does this look scale-wise? Where do we put? Okay, so let's go in, because that's not going to fit in that little road. Why don't we use the remake that they already made? Because I want to make it. I think that the remake is awesome, but it's not exactly the remake I would make. You know, like I have a lot of ideas for how the game could be improved, and I want to you know, act on them. Yeah, this is about as small as we can get this going. Okay, so we're gonna have to rescale to support this degree of thing. Yeah, we can't add a bar. That'll just get it filtered. Maybe like a classy restaurant, but still. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so the container pile. Okay, so this is not going to. How much space would we need to get like a reasonable amount of control? Like what? I can't remember which parts of this are a full vehicle. Okay, so if we wanted to sort of like make it look like it could turn, which I should have the pivot on this so that it actually turns in a way that makes sense. Edit pivot. Okay, so that looks like a nice pivot. Let's do the same thing. Nope. I guess let's move this one down here. All right. So that should pivot a bit more nicely. So let's just imagine for a second, how much space would it need to actually go and place these cranes? We're going to imagine, we're going to be a bit charitable and imagine that, you know, it would lift this part up. But for the most part, we need it to be pretty wide, you know? I guess you could do it kind of like at an angle, you know, like that would be the more responsible way. You just like, you know, you go up, you lift it like that. But yeah, so we need at least, how much road is this? 24, which was the original road size that we had. Oh well. Okay, so now we know the truth. We need to make this a wider gap. Okay, so it's 24. Okay, so let's just delete these and space it appropriately. Okay, so now, let's see. Well, I mean, for what it's worth, it sounds like he's using exploits for good instead of evil. And I'm fine with more advanced powers. I definitely want to add more over time. It's just not a. It's just I don't want to commit to adding new powers right now because the problem with committing to it is you end up you end up never releasing the game if you're not careful. So okay. So how about let's do half that. Okay, so it's 50, so half that is 25. And then we'll just line this part up. Is it getting any weird? Is that because I needed to do half? No, it's just because that's a weirdo line right there. All right, perfect. So now we're just going to line all this up. Let's see, opinion on Marvel's Man 2, anyone? Is that the Marvels? Or is that something different? CJ, do I believe in Jesus? I believe he exists. I believe he was like a real historical figure. I don't know. In terms of stuff beyond that, I can't really know for sure. And, you know, it just seems... I was very religious in the past, as you know, I was on track to be a pastor. I don't know. I at the end of the day, it wasn't any historical claim that made me, a bit uncertain as to what I believe. It was it was just understanding a little bit more about how unfair the world was and how much easier it is to live a holy life when you have privilege. Like that. It just that kind of didn't fit in with a lot of stuff. Like even having faith and stuff. That's something you can do when you're mentally healthy, when you have time to reflect, when you don't have to work Sundays. Like that's yeah. I don't know. I think that I'm open to a lot of the religious interpretations beyond that. Just seems like they're always using it as a reason to be mean to people. Oh, yeah, everyone's favorite topic. uh, let's see. What do you think of the spider emblem? A generic spider? Sure. I mean, like it. I am open to generic animals. I don't know how much I would describe. I don't know how many generic spider ass. I'm not gonna go out of my way to make spider because that's never my goal. For like, okay, here's a rule of thumb. If I add an asset, it should be like it should be something that could have been used for two different characters. And with a spider emblem, it's really just Spider-Man. You know, like so for like a long time, like just kind of I don't want this to be just the Be Spider-Man game. That's not what I'm trying to make. I'm trying to make a make your own superhero game, and that I think that for the most part, anything I add, like if y'all recontextualize emblems to make a spider, that's one thing. But if I just add something which could only ever be for Spider-Man, that's like, well, no, that's just making Spider-Man. But yeah, well, yeah. I when I say Spider-Man, I mean like any. I can't. You can't just like actually the Spider-Man Earth blah 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 and Spider-Man Earth blah blah blah. Like no, you know what I mean. Like obviously those are all the same character, just different interpretations. Like I'm very much open to having like animals as emblems. I think that could be pretty cool. Like make a. I think there would be a lot of fun to be had with that kind of stuff. Okay, so it's funny to me how like the top part of the screen is so high up. Like, shouldn't it? Doesn't it look a little bit better when it's like right here? Should I have been? Did I set it up wrong? But no, like it sticks out at the top if you do it too low. I don't know. I guess it's good to be able to have it like sort of go up and like pivot around. Um, let's see. Can you do a tree emblem? Oh yeah, definitely. I think a tree nature stuff. It's pretty easy. Let's see. When will the construction site be built? I do not know. We will. We're probably going to have the probably going to have this dock done soon-ish. Um, so that'll be good. After that, I might go back to just do some more polish on the pier. I just was sick of the pier. I was tired of it. I was like, this is taking 3 streams and it still looks bad. It's just yeah. Yeah, no, I I definitely, for the most part, like I'm not some kind of authoritarian. I don't need y'all to follow, um, any rules just for the sake of rules. But just don't don't be mean to each other. Don't do that, please. Okay. Container line. All right. So we have. Okay, so we have these kind of set up. Okay, that's looking okay. Actually, looks pretty good from a distance. That looks good. The refinery looks the best. Yeah. Well, the refinery I think has the coolest shape. Like that one took like two streams just to, like the thing about the refinery is that it's almost all like quality. Like this took longer than a few of them. Um, I still think the Syndicorp towers look best. I think that those ones just look clean. Like those would just look good in any city. I don't know, man, about this one. I don't know. I know that we did the best we could. It just feels wrong. Feels wrong. But like it also kind of works. Like when I look at it, when I look up like this, it looks good. I look down at it, looks kind of bad. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like the news building has a lot going for it. I am still trying to decide what the best like way to manifest it is. Like what's the best how do I make this the coolest building it can be? I don't know. We're gonna mess with that one for all time. That building will never ever be finished. No. The well, the problem is the other news building just doesn't make sense. Like it's just such an odd building. Um, and also it's a very specific shape. And so I know we need to do something different. It's just like I'm not opposed to necessarily having it like have like a hole in the middle. It's just this is the amount of space we've allotted for it, and actually having that be, a thing is it's a headache. Like I don't know. We'll see. We will see. That's a different day. That is a different day. Let's see. What am I doing? Dang it. Okay. Okay. I just realized something that I did, which made this look worse. I need to add little gaps so that you can tell that there's something under it, Because otherwise it just looks like a single shape. It's frustrating. Okay, so you can never predict which part of development is just going to slow you down, you know? Like, I wouldn't have guessed the school would have been the easiest thing that we made. Or, you know, even the Syndicorp shell for that matter. Let's see. What is the city in Super Hero Life 2 called? Sanctuary City. At least in the remake. I think I had a few signs that said like Roblox City or something in the first one. Or in the original Super Hero Life 2, not the first Super Hero Life 2. Okay, that looks alright. Now I just need to adapt this one. I'm hungry. Nah. I don't want to make a Roblox City. I don't, like, here's the thing. One day this kind of franchise might jump to, like, different platforms. You know, I like Roblox, but Roblox might not be around forever. And so if I do that, I won't be able to just call, like, a Unity game, have it called Roblox City, you know? Like, you don't want to tie your own brand to a brand that you don't own, you know? Like, you want to make your own stuff. Same reason why you don't want to, you know, have, like, Spider-Man in this game. Like, it's just not good business. And as a result, yeah, okay, so that looks okay. Okay, that looks okay. That looks okay. All right, everything's fitting together. It's all coming together. Now, now we just need to continue this container line. It's a shame that the Washington Post exists, because for a tower that looks like a torch that is a news building, the slogan "Democracy dies in darkness" is amazing. Yeah, maybe it can be like a parody of it, but even then, like it's not supposed to be the Washington Post. Like, that's actually one thing. I didn't actually realize that the Superhero Life 2 logo that says Roblox News on it for the news towers, I didn't even realize that was Fox News. I just thought it was a generic news thing. So, yeah. Whoops. Hopefully that didn't, you know, come up as an endorsement to anyone. I don't like Fox News. Let's see. Oh, disconnected. I am back. Sorry. Could there be a secret passage in this place? Yeah, I do think yeah, cargo warehouses make sense. Question is where? Maybe like right here. I don't know, or back here. I don't know. To be honest, maybe we can like chop off the edge of these and like add a little warehouse at them, you know? Yeah, I think originally I was planning to have the warehouses where this current line of stuff is. And maybe I still will. Like, it doesn't, like, we can just, remove this stuff right here. It's just, because a warehouse would be good. A warehouse would be good. Let's move these to center it here. It's just a question is, should I put like a warehouse here? Because we don't necessarily OBS being so bad tonight. OBS, I keep disconnecting from the stream. Sorry about that, y'all. I guess maybe there's like a big game in Brazil or something. Everyone's using the internet. All right, so let's just do some destructive, random deleting of like the top layer stuff. And then we're going to go a little bit further for some. We'll just go down to row 2 on occasion. And row 3, like you want it to look relatively, dynamic. All right. Where to put the warehouses? Hey, no. All the legends are moving to Brazil. What's the Discord? It is. I think the Discord links are stored on all the games. So if you just go to that, it should be able to you should be able to enter it there. And if those links don't work, then that is something I need to fix. Yeah. So just the problem is like where. Okay, I think I have it. All right, so we're gonna delete this landscape and put some warehouses here. Does that sound good for everyone? Okay, so we're gonna do that. It is 8:50, so we're doing all right on time. I feel like yesterday really just flew by, but today feels like time has returned to normal. Okay. Yeah, this is looking good. Yeah. Let's increase the color range a little bit. That looks a little better. We're definitely in the green territory. If math.random. Okay, we're gonna add some very basic logic. Then math.random times 0.3, else math.random times 0.4, but it's gonna be, we're gonna subtract it from 1. Okay, so we're just going past that This, I think the previous one actually was better. I'm now kind of regretting doing it this way. Okay. Okay, this is looking a little bit better. Do 0.8 minus 0.3. Okay, that looks all right. Okay, sorry, we're just messing around. We're just tuning the colors. A little bit more red, yeah. No, I agree. It's mostly just me, like, trying to you know, like what's the best sorry, I know this isn't the most fun thing in the world. This one's okay. Oh, yeah, so just the gaming zone. If you want to join the Discord, it should be linked on all of the Roblox games. And if those links don't work, please let me know. Let's see. Whoops. Okay. All right. I should stop messing with this. I really should. This is boring. I just need to find one that looks okay. Let me decrease the saturation a bit. It's fine. It's fine. We'll get to it eventually. Maybe we'll just make a list of like approved container colors. We're getting booted. Let's see. Yeah, my connection's not great right now. Let me see what it says on the thing. Well, it says excellent connection. So, you know, because I'm an excellent host. I didn't just spend 15 minutes tinkering with some colors. Okay, but let's start by removing this stuff because we are going to add the warehouse here. Move these a little bit over this way. Move this up. Okay, so now we're going to Well, let's just start by determining some. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I think they look okay. I'm torn on them. You know, I think they look okay. I think that I think I should reduce the you know, the purple factor a bit. You know, that looks better. I think that looks better. But anyway, the so let's actually get some of the what is it called? I'm gonna open up the terrain editor because we have some terrain to edit. Yay! Isn't this exciting, everyone? Get excited. Terrain editing. Yes. Yes. Am I going to be sitting in the park? Welcome to the Discord, the gaming zone. Am I going to be sitting in the park? I'm probably going to be sitting somewhere. Might be the park, might be somewhere else. Hard to really say, to be honest. Okay, so how does that look? We can probably, because it was probably zoned, we can probably take it like literally to the street level. All right, yay. So now, let's, yeah, so these streets here can be, so how wide is this street? Is it 24? 24. Okay, so we can go to 24 again. We just got to back up. All right, so actually we should make it wide so that they can get around the crane when it's right there. You know, you don't want the crane to be able to block off the entire area. You know. Yeah, we're gonna have some traffic issues if we do not allow people to get around the crane. Okay, so let's move this over. Okay, what's that plugin again? Plugin convert wedge part. Okay. Let's see. Sorry to hear about the banning. I bet that beach was cool though. Yeah, but saying questionable things on Roblox, that's a ban. Straight to jail. Let's see. it's really funny how like when I feel like I hear teenagers say way more adult things than actual adults. You know, just swearing to be edgy. Like I feel like in an 18 plus server, you'll see less people trying to swear than like in any other Roblox server. You know, it's just funny. Okay, that looks okay. Okay, let's actually line it up more directly to this. Yeah, I feel like that's the thing that I've come to recognize about the that I've come to realize about making maps. It's like you really just want to think of it as a place. And to people who actually make maps and have been doing it for a long time, that's probably less insightful. Like, yeah, of course. But still, I helped me. It helped me. You know, so let me trying to figure out like what's the best way to actually create the warehouse area. Okay, so that should hopefully. Okay, so we're gonna reduce it back down to. Let's even just get it to reasonable levels, like 50. Okay, let's lock this to that part. Let's load this in. Saw a good anime recently. It's not exactly like a superhero one. It's called Blue Period. I really like that one. I hope it's a new season. Sorry, I was just thinking about like the creative process and stuff. Like that is an anime which makes you want to make something. You know, it's all about. It's like it's just a person learning how to make art. It's fun. Yeah, I thought it was good. Um, let's see. Uh, my OBS is just doing horribly today. Sorry, y'all. Um, I have watched parts of Adventure Time. It was fine. I can see why everyone likes it. I just don't I don't know if it was for me. I think it went a little bit. I think it's when I think of kids cartoons that I could watch today and still enjoy, I think of like Avatar and to an extent Jimmy Neutron. Like I feel like that humor fits me to this day. Like they're just funny banter, funny little quick jokes that you all that. I think Adventure Time is very much the humor I had when I was a teenager. So I think yeah, I I think it's obviously did a good job as a show to stay relevant this long afterwards. And Lemon Grab is still a very funny character. Um, I think that was my favorite one. Yeah, no, well, no, that's the thing though. That's exactly what I was talking about earlier. I feel like a lot of teenage humor is just being very inappropriate. Like just like being as uncensored and as just gross as possible. And so, like, there are R-rated movies that I would feel more comfortable watching with my parents than an Adventure Time episode. Like that, and like that's I guess kind of my point, where it's just the you know, yeah, the what's it called? So 30. Let's go to 40. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think my standard when it comes to jokes about edgy topics is very much like the more inappropriate the joke is, the better it has to be. Because if you don't have like a quality threshold, if you're just a person saying a lot of messed up stuff, you know? And I think it has a nice effect of it limits the number of times people make those jokes without outright, saying you can't make them. Because there are some funny ones. Like I really like Bill Burr. I think he does, for the most part, a good job when it comes to edgier humor. But even still, I'm not sure I want every comedian to be Bill Burr, you know? I feel like a lot of people, if they tried to be Bill Burr, they just come across as like the worst person, you know? Like what makes him, I think, special is the fact that he can say some stuff that is at its face value kind of awful, but then when he finishes explaining it, like you can see where he's like coming from, even though he definitely plays it up for comedy. It's just pointing out an everyday thing that people dislike in a way that's unexpected, and that's a lot of comedy. Um, you think about Marvel's Man 2. Is that a thing? People would make. Is that a meme? Is that like a joke thing? Because I have never heard of Marvel's Man 2. Is that actually a real thing, or is this just like sort of like a like I don't know. Is it just like people like making it up as like a generic property? Yeah. All right. We're at 909. Okay, so what's the so let's line this up. Okay. That's working all right. So now we can have some warehouses, hopefully. Okay, everything's looking all right. Um, okay, now I'm almost convinced that this is just one of those ironic thing, like everyone pretending to like Morbius. Okay. It's probably very obvious to people. I'm just like, the thing is, I have weird fans. There was this one TikTok from like what was that show called? It was the one where like the demons swear a lot. They sing. It's on Amazon. Anyway, there was this guy who had these minions, and he said they, I guess, told him something, and he said, "How am I supposed to to know that they were being honest? They make stuff up all the time." This is a horrible paraphrase. It was very funny when they did it. But yeah, I don't know. Y'all make up. Y'all are not the most trustworthy sources for the most part. Um, yeah, I think everyone here is, for the most part, is like here for good reasons. Like they genuinely want to be here, or having a good time, and meet it in good fun. But I know that it is very funny to trick CJ. Y'all are mischievous. Um, let's just get. Oh, come on. Line it up. There we go. All right. Morbius is one of the films of all time. Indeed it is. I'll be honest, y'all. Hot take. I don't understand why people like the Venom movies. Like, it feels like it just feels like all the bad parts from the Amazing Spider-Man films. You know, like just kind of a mess with a. It's like generic Sony superhero film, and the last time they made a good one of those was like 2005. Let's see. I never played the Marvel's the DLC expansion to the Spider-Man game. It is fascinating how much more fun Miles Morales is in the movies than in that game. I think Peter Parker is usually kind of a blank slate to some extent, but like the amount of character that Miles Morales had in Into the Spider-Verse is so much better. Like, oh my goodness, the characters in the Spider-Man video game just so cardboard cutout. I swear, like I feel like a lot of people get like tricked because like a video game has like story in it and like it has good art and stuff, and like the voice actors are doing an okay job. That like someone said something. It was like if y'all watched like it's kind of like the Nathan Drake films. Like if they made them into a movie, which they did, people thought the movie was okay, but because it was a video game, people were like, "Whoa, the story's so amazing!" Like, don't get me wrong, I've talked about this before. I I think that for the most part, Naughty Dog should not be making movies in a video game engine. However, that doesn't mean that the experience isn't still fun for the user, because when you have a fun video game mechanic, like it's kind of more like a gimmick thing almost. The story can be okay, and it gets elevated by good like game programming. And I feel like for the most part, you have a situation where because you are literally controlling the player, some of the drama hits a bit harder, I think. And so maybe that's an argument for story movies. I still think it doesn't feel like you're utilizing the potential of the media when you make a movie in a video game. But yeah, okay, so can't wait for SHL season 2. Yeah. Let's see. I think in terms of like the actual things, let's okay, so I'm just gonna group together these different container things into just a containers folder. Let's see. Okay, we've gotten. Okay, so everything's kind of organized under that directory now. Okay, this is looking okay. Now I just need to fill up this much space, which is going to be a headache. Let's just go with let's get this concrete thing. I like this concrete. Hey y'all, this might end up being like that alleyway that y'all been wanting. Okay, let's get some of the, let's get that one metal. So there's a phrase like, is it corrugated? Is that it? Kinda. Oh, it's nicer. Okay. I wish there was a lighter one, you know? And I guess we can really just brighten it up all the way, but that's not really going to do so much. Yeah, so we're just gonna make a very basic, um, setup. Where's the rig at? Here we go. Okay, how big should this be? Okay, so I think that big should be fine. Okay, we're in we're in the final 10 minutes. What are we making? We are making some warehouses to eventually they'll eventually have an interior, but you know it's not the highest priority, I'd say. Thoughts on Manham Night? I feel like I just had a stroke. With the custom map creator, if you do it, what would be super fun is if we had things that would make our own like Bargle. So for the most part, it is hard to allow people to add stuff externally. I think I'm okay with us, like, you know, maybe we can build like sort of an internal, like specific to this game marketplace, but like, you know, I'm not sure how, how much was that? So it's 81 from 76, so it's 5. Okay, so 9, so we go to 4. Okay. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Because I understand that like people want to be able to have that control, and I know how frustrating it can be when you really need a certain type of asset, but they just don't make it. But actually, like getting through like the moderation aspects of like people creating their own thing, that'll be a headache no matter what, you know. I think it looked better earlier, honestly. Okay. Okay, let's try this one. We gotta put something up here. Like, for one, we need a very basic roof to handle stuff like rain. You know? Superhero Life 2's code will be open source eventually. It is not open source right now. It'll be open source once this game has fully replaced it. Yeah. And like the audience has moved over. If the audience doesn't like this game and demands I go back to the old one, OBS disconnecting. Why is it so bad tonight? Why is the OBS so bad tonight? It's so frustrating. Okay, so I think in the amount of time we have left, we can finish off hopefully this very basic, let's get just a basic roof going on here. You know, like, concrete view model, automatic. Okay, so okay, so here we are. Of course, 0.5. Come on. Come on. Really? Is it like not lined up here? Or is this just a really odd, yeah, it's not lined up here. Okay. All right, perfect. So 6 minutes there, 5, okay. Concrete block, okay. Concrete wedge. Okay, and yeah, this is a very basic, it's a very basic one. Let's get a roof color. It needs to be a little bit skinnier, doesn't it? Dang it. It's a headache. Okay, so let's just go by 10. Okay, so 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Okay. All right, so that's a little bit more. It's still massive, and that's gonna annoy me. So expect this to get redone at some point. Like, but for now, you know. All right, so I like this material. Let's put it on a part. Okay, metal roof, material variant. This is just it when it's at its brightest color. 3 minutes. Sorry about that, Wolf. Let's see. I will. I promise I will upgrade my audio setup at some point. You know, it's just finding the right time for that. Okay, so let's flatten this out. Okay, so now back to ones. Actually 2. Okay, so 2 looks better there. 1, 2. Right, 2 minutes. All right. Resize align outer touch. Come on, come on. Okay. Perfect. Hate the color. Okay. Okay. That looks. Yeah. Okay. It's fine for now. So let's get the. So let's group these together. Don't include the ocean. Warehouse. Cargo ship, cargo tanker, warehouse. 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay. Move that over there. Wait. The pivot's set to something weird. Reset. Move this. Commit to putting something in between it at some point. Oh, dang. It just looks awful. Okay. Okay, what about... Okay, what if we do that, not enough. Sorry. Okay. Beautiful. That's stupid. Okay. Yeah, okay, so there should be some cool alleyways to have some combat in. Yeah, all right. We did it, y'all. On time, 9:30. Don't let anyone ever tell you that I'm late for finishing something. Never happened. 100%. Always release on time. Yeah, we'll just put like dumpsters and stuff in here. We're gonna make this place look, you know, we're gonna add doors and stuff into it. Like it's okay. We'll build out these warehouses over time. Okay. Point is, I think now we can say happily that the dock is there. It really is. It really is a nice looking map. I think at a distance. Okay. Just gonna screenshot it for later. But yeah, I think that's it. Thank y'all very much for joining me today. I appreciate it. I think we got some good stuff done. And now I will see y'all tomorrow. All right, we're probably going to, you know, we're probably going to do something like mess around. Though I do. We're probably going to add some stuff here, you know, make this look a little bit less bad. But then, you know, at the same time, you know, replace the Ferris wheel. But yeah, I think this looks pretty good. As to what we do next, I don't know. I think yeah, we're going in a good direction, you know. Oh, all right. Thank you all very much, and I will see you tomorrow. All right. And there's the end button. All right. See ya.